Welcome to this week's RBC Sunday School Rewind. This is where we review the Sunday school lesson for each week. This week's lesson was Facing Life with Confidence, and our scripture came from 1 Samuel, the 17th chapter. It was a scripture passage that we may have heard of before. It's the lesson of David and Goliath. Our lesson was led by our very own Deacon Michael Buford. How are you, Deacon Buford?
I'm doing fine.
So, Deacon Buford, tell me, what were some of the main points from the lesson from today?
This was a great lesson. We're studying profiles and faith during this entire month. And this Sunday, we profiled David and the courage and the faith and the confidence he had as he faced Goliath in this huge challenge. But we also kind of went back and kind of talked about how we got to this point where David approached or was brought before Saul, and Saul selected him to go fight Goliath. God had prepared him for this moment. God prepared him because David was helped with his family's sheep, and he was a shepherd. And when a lion and a bear attacked the sheep, David rescued the sheep, fought and killed the lion, fought and killed the bear. We noted that a lion was anywhere from 250 to 300 plus pounds. So it was only God who was there to help David defeat this lion. And he did the same with the bear. But he rescued the sheep before he killed the lion. So again, these were traits that God was preparing in David so that one day he would meet this particular battle, and that is the battle between David and Goliath. David went into the battle with just a sling and 5 smooth stones. But he went into this battle with God-given confidence that he would come out victorious. And he knew that the victory was already assured, and the battle was won because God was in the midst of it. We concluded the lesson by saying that David's weapon was, some would look at as being insignificant. So we talked about what are some of the things that we as Christians have that outsiders may see as being weak. We talked about meditation, study, praying, where others may look at it and say, well, that's not going to get anything done. But we, as believers, know that those are the strength of our faith in God.
So, Deacon Buford, this is a great lesson today, and there are a lot of good points. You had some great questions in the lesson. What would you like everyone watching the rewind to take away from studying this particular scripture?
Yeah, in the story of David, one of the things that we took away from the lesson was that David had his eyes focused on God the entire time. He had a God-given that he used during the battle with Goliath. In the class, we said it doesn't matter if your Goliath is sickness or other issues, as long as you keep your eye on God. I believe it was Deacon Glenn that brought up the point that don't focus on the things around. Saul's and his men were focused on Goliath, how big and awesome he looked. David never focused on Goliath. His focus was on God. So we just have to keep our focus on God and just basically shut out the noise and all the other things that goes on around. Don't look at the lightning and everything that's going on when it's storming. Just keep our eyes focused on God during the storm, during those Goliath situations.
So we're going to have a few comment from someone that was in the class today. First, we'll have our very own Minister Agnes Knox.
One of the highlights from today's lesson is knowing that once there's a fixed fight, especially when God is on your side, that a lot of times we can compare our life struggles and we think that we have it bad, We see the things in the world and in America, and we think that, man, we really have to get a grip. But when you're walking with God and through the weapons that He has given us from heaven, we can face any Goliath, whether that's in racism, whether that's poverty, whether that's disease or famine in the land, that we have the tools where we can slay down Goliath and work together to make sure that God's kingdom will not only will it be established, but it gets built and extended to others.
Well, there it is there. Another great Rehoboth Baptist Church Sunday School Rewind. I want to invite each of you to find us on YouTube and to subscribe to our channel and hit your notification bell so that you're made aware when we post the next video. We look forward to seeing you next week in Sunday School. Don't forget, you can join us in person here at 4646 Hardscrabble Road, or you can join us on Zoom. You can also call in and join the Sunday School lesson that way. So we thank you again for watching, and we look forward to seeing you again on next week.